Veterans are the lifeblood of American freedom, serving in some of the harshest situations to secure that freedom across the globe. This is the Lounge with Legends show, celebrating their transformation from battlefield to business. The Lounge with Legends show with Marty the Moac Martinez and James A. Phelps, a.k.a. Spartan 6.
Dang.
Got some new commercials. Did you see that?
Those were hot, man. I can't believe it. That was a hot commercial. Not to mention, I didn't even see you in that commercial. That's why it was hotter.
But anyways, you know, we got to celebrate our brothers over at VGA, Veterans Growing America, and Triple Nikel. A lot of great things. We last week we just had Esar, and we talked about who was coming on the show this week, and so we've got repeat offenders coming back on. We got Triple Nikel.
And I know today's a triple day because I just got finished with Triple A. They came and replaced my battery, so I didn't know it must be in the air, but I guess they're in Vegas right now.
Yes, so this is one of those Bill and Ted moments where you're talking to future James Phelps in the past, but because this is going to air next week. But yes, this is ahead of Mick. But our brothers have done some amazing things, and I'm excited to just be associated with these guys. If you're not familiar with who the heck we're talking about bam, these guys right here. James had a typo there, misspelled nickel, but I had to point that out.
Wrong. That's my dyslexia. Good God. Actually, to be transparent, that was from the last Canva. I didn't even change the word, so maybe it was spelled wrong the first time too.
It was spelled wrong the first time. You called me out, so
I did. I just copied and pasted yours, so we'll erase that.
Lazy staff officer. So anyways, I love celebrating our brothers. I'm ready to talk about what has happened with what was Operation what? Dumbo Drop?
Kilo Papa. They were doing some amazing Kilo Papa stuff.
Man, I'm ready, brother. You ready to bring them on right now?
I am ready. This is going to be amazing. Let's go. Oh, see, you couldn't do it twice in a row.
It loves him. I don't know why. Ruben, what is going on, brother? It's been a minute since you've been on the show in the lounge, but welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you for having me back, fellas. You're looking good.
Dude, well, we know somebody that makes good clothing. That's how we look good.
I'll tell you. So I gave out a number of Legends hats in Nashville.
Okay.
And they were very well received amongst the Story Brand community. Yeah, we gave out a number of them, and they were like, man, they were loving them.
What community is this?
Story Brand. So under Donald Miller.
Yeah. Did you give one to him?
No, unfortunately I was already out.
I'm a very big fan of his book. I used his book to create the company.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure we get him one because here's interesting. I talked with Donald Miller directly, and I was telling him the way I found Story Brand was through a care package while I was employed. Building a Story Brand was in there, and like his jaw dropped. He was like, "What?" And so we did that, and getting to have that conversation where this happened. And when was my last deployment when this happened? 2017. And here it is, 2022. And now I'm actually having a beer at the man's house with him. It's pretty cool. Who'd have thunk that? In 5 years, I'd have done that.
Super relevant book. That is a good story.
But more importantly, who'd have thought in one summer that Triple Nickel, Ruben Ayala would have gone, like we said, from selling a little t-shirt company to what was your big announcement on the 17th?
Oh man. So if you don't know, we are in Kohl's nationwide, 600 stores, plus their e-commerce platform. It's amazing. I still cannot believe it. I'm getting videos every day from people shopping across the country and showing the different displays. It's unreal to see your product on a mannequin in a retail store. And this is a true story. Chris and I were at Kohl's Sunday, and we were loitering so hard we almost got kicked out. They called security on us, and they didn't believe us that we were Triple Nikel. We had to pull up the website. We had to pull up the app and say, hey, I swear to God, we're not trying to steal anything. We're just in awe, and we're trying to film this commercial.
So I think, part of the problem, Ruben, is you look a little different than you did the last time we saw you. You got this glow about you, like this smile from ear to ear, like something might have happened in your life recently.
I've been working out too.
Oh. Well, that looks good too.
Probably because I lost a little bit of weight. I'm trying to get sexy.
Gotcha. But you had a big day here recently too, yourself personally.
What?
You had a big day here recently too. We wanted to congratulate you on.
Thanks. Yeah, I got married. It's been a long time coming. We've been dating for like 5 years now, and yeah, finally did it, man. So all these things happen within a week.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, it's one, congratulations. You definitely married up. I will say, because we were with you at the 1 year I'm sorry, James found a way not to be with you, but I was with you and the entire Triple Nikel family about a year ago, right? This time about a year ago, because your anniversary is coming up, right?
Yeah, in November, and the party was in
San Antonio.
I don't even remember when we had the party, but yeah, it's been almost a year.
Yeah, it was right around. It was in
December?
November.
Okay.
November, I thought. Yeah. So, but the big joke was that little T-shirt company.
Yes, that's right.
And now look at you.
Yeah, man. It's I tell you what, it's I can tell you the story in about 2 minutes, and but it's been a long time in the making, and I have not been able to talk about it until now, and it's amazing everything that has transpired to get to this point.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are the overnight success. years in the making, right? I mean, it's been, you guys have been working this.
Yeah, to wake up one day and you've been following us, and we're not a very big company, we're the small guy, and then all of a sudden on Monday, like, man, these guys are in Kohl's. Mm-hmm. What they do over the weekend? Y'all ship all that stuff out, work out it. No, this has been Kohl's actually, we initiated this conversation last year,
right?
About 6 months into the formation of the company, and I'm mentioning this because I want to bring it back to Story Brand and Donald Miller. So if you talk to him, I want you to relay this to him, because this is true to life. I read that book when I was in the process of forming the company and figuring out what it is that I wanted to do with Triple Nickel, and I knew that what we did had to have a story component to it, and it had to be strong. And if it wasn't for that, there would be no Kohl's. That is the bottom line. So the steps and the fundamentals of what that book was able to help me do, and then bring the team together and pitch them the idea, is why we are where we are today. So I want you to tell him that next time you see him.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I will tell him that. I'll tell the entire community, because as we told our story about how we help and we work with veteran entrepreneurs and what we do, it resonates. And then, but that's why you are where you are with Triple Nickel right now. You guys are different. That resonates. Your shirts look different. The swagger's different. I mean, everything, it's awesome. That's why we rep what we rep. We could have gone to a whole bunch of different companies to make our Lounge with Legends stuff, but that's why we personally picked you all. So let me ask you about this. So this summer was kind of a crazy summer. You guys shut down for a little bit, right?
We had to, absolutely had to. If we didn't shut down, we would not have been able to accomplish what we did. Chris, let me tell you how crazy it was. So, and Operation Kilo Papa, for those who don't know, it stands for the Kohl's Project. So we knew we had to shut down, but everything comes down to marketing. You just can't come out and say, hey, we're shutting down, because people are going to think you're closing business. So we had to give it a sexy name, and the most sexiest name we could think of was Kilo Papa. And we said, well, I think you guys are the first people that we told that. So yeah, Kilo Papa, Kohl's Project. Chris basically moved in with me, and he lived with me for almost 2 months. And we worked from August 6th all the way through the day that the truck left the warehouse, which I think was September the 6th. We worked every day, probably 12 to 14 hours a day, to fulfill, all of the units that we had to fulfill to get it out, which is about 30,000 units.
30,000 units.
Wow.
Yeah, man, not exaggerating.
That's a lot. I mean,
that's a lot, man. Well, you think about 600 stores is a lot. So when you see the pictures on Instagram, I know somebody out there is looking at it and is probably not impressed and saying, well, you're not an AFES or you're not in Macy's. And Kohl's is the largest retailer, department store retailer in the United States, man. They got 1,200 stores, and they put us in half of them. And when initially we were like, man, they're not putting us in all of them, but I'm really happy they didn't.
That'd have been another 30,000,
dude. It was hard. So to do this as a small company who's never had to, do what Nike does on an everyday basis, or Under Armour,
right?
And the learning curve was very steep to do this in a 3 to 4 month window. So I can come out of this on the other side and understand. Right now we're the subject matter experts at this. We've had to learn a lot, and I wouldn't want to have done this with anybody else. This was a very good process.
Yeah,
So I want to pause right there. I want to show this real quick, and then we're going to talk about what the heck you're talking about. So hold on real quick.
Yeah. The best thing we've learned from Sergio is how to set up our flash dryer.
Yeah.
Because before we were wheeling that thing around, and when we saw that that's not how you do it, it's supposed to stay in one place. Game changer. We were wheeling that thing around, man, around the whole shop, trying to dry stuff. And we found out, man, it's a stationary piece of equipment. Changed the game.
So these are some of those things that what we call as NS squared. No shit, Sherlock. Now,
Yeah.
At the time, you're like, man, what if
Yep.
But you're learning that, and you're still going to learn.
Yeah.
You know. So
yes.
I love that. I love the honesty and the rawness of that, where you guys are like, you know what are some of the things we learned? And you know,
this whole summer, you showing that video brings back some, oh my God, some hard memories. That's Chris and I. We were making several trips to an undisclosed location to get stuff sewn.
Mm-hmm.
In one of my fleet vehicles from my other company, which we were having some mechanical issues on. There was another video where it wasn't starting, and we had to deliver like 100+ boxes to meet our timeline. It was just, man, it was a tough summer, man.
Well, you said the key, though, you hit the nail on the head. You have a family, a community around you, a team that you wouldn't have traded for the world. So, I mean, I think now, I even think there's probably a stronger bond, even though, you know, you all have a strong bond already. You probably even have a stronger bond. You had Chris living in your house for 2.5 months. So, I mean, that bond's got to be tight now.
The bond is tight. I talk to these guys every day, and, you know, I'm not going to say that, because there's some things that we're going to work on, because there's knowledge that we've gained, that there's a lot of people that need access to this knowledge, because the knowledge that we have, you can't go on YouTube and find, because we've tried. And the knowledge that we have, you either have to pay a lot of money for to go to some mastermind course or something crazy like that. So we're trying to figure out the best way to package this information and distribute it, because if you want to get on this level, you either need to have very deep pockets as a sole proprietor, or you need to have a strong team with a lot of knowledge on different aspects of business. If we were a very green company with regards to our personal experience, we wouldn't have been able to get this done. No way.
I think what's telling is the fabric of your team. We've all had a couple of trips around the sun, and we've been in some different situations. So you guys are going to overcome adversity. No matter what's thrown at you, you're going to find a way. And that's what I really like about your team. I've met the entire team. I think I like all of them except for that Chris guy. But can't wait till he watches this video. Be like, man, come on, man. No, but I mean, I think you guys have a strong team. This is only making you stronger. But I think you guys could have overcome anything. Let me ask you this: so the order that came in, it was 30,000 units. Was it all shirts, or did you have hats in there? I see the new snapback. What else is in there? I know it's hot. I'm wondering where's mine. I need to get my order in.
I'll give it to you in Las Vegas.
I won't be there.
Okay. I'll mail it to you. I got one for both of you.
Are you in Kohl's up here in North Carolina?
Heck yeah.
I'll be. What's tomorrow? I will go tomorrow. You'll see my post tomorrow. I'll be at the store.
Yeah, we're definitely there.
I'll go find my Kohl's then. I'll go find my Kohl's. Go get them.
I'll be there. I got you.
Yeah. So let me ask this then: Because this isn't everything that you already had. You created new stuff for this line?
Yes.
100% new stuff, or there's some.
There's nothing in this line that is recycled.
Nice.
So when we think about what we did, like you have your company, you have your team, you have your unit, and you're competing for a mission.
Right.
And that's essentially what we had to do. So we were competing for a slot to play in the NBA. Mm-hmm. And we had to come with something new, something fresh. So every design that you see, I'm going to take the credit for this one. I came up with all the designs on them and the initial concepts of sketches, and we had those created. So everything is brand new. We did, and to answer your question, we did a snapback, which is completely brand new, unlike any of the snapbacks that we have. And we had to trademark a couple of key components of the snapback because it's so new. It's unlike anything else that you'll find on the market. Second, we did a hoodie. And then we did a series of t-shirts. And then one of those t-shirts is very special because we had to work with the family of the soldier who's displayed on the front of that t-shirt.
Can we say who?
Yeah, it's Alwyn Cash, Sergeant First Class Alwyn Cash, the Medal of Honor recipient.
Honor.
And to me, that was we have been working that for about 8 months with dialogue with the family. They've been wanting to create a foundation. We've been trying to figure out a way we can help them. You know, we just vibed. So with proceeds from the sale of the shirt, they're going to be able to stand up the foundation. So it's very much in line with the story of Triple Nickel and what it is that we're doing is inspiring, amplifying, and that design right there, that's, man, that's a great design. Really enjoying that one.
No, I absolutely love that, man. And I love that you're giving back more so than just like 3 cents per shirt or something like. I mean, you're actually it goes to something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This is and then we're giving actually a good amount per shirt back, and it's I mean it's enough to pay for, you know, the legal fees to get the foundation started, which I'm really happy about.
No, I mean, like, so I feel like there's a lot of companies out there that are like, we support veterans, and you find out it's only like 1 cent, 3 cents per item when they're making tens and 20s of, you know, dollars. And you're like, so.
Or it's really ominous too. It's like, because you can say we support veterans, but you know the deal, man. It's a big blanket you're throwing out there. Yeah. And what does that even mean?
Right.
You're supporting veterans. So I've always found that weird myself. But every cash shirt that you'll find in the store has a special hang tag with a story, and it has how we're dispersing the money, who it's going to. So it's really a cut dry transaction that hopefully will educate the customer.
Yeah, Ruben, I tell you what, it's amazing because, you know, having these conversations with you over the years, and you all are doing exactly what you said you were going to do. So that's what, you know, that's where the power is to me, because you said, hey, this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to be about. You're staying true to who you are. You're talking about hip hop and country and love and everything else. And to me, that's amazing. That's why I'm honored just to wear your stuff out when we wear in Lounge with Legends. I love it. I always tell them where we get it, and it's just it's what's needed now most, you know. And we've had conversations on the phone, you know, sidebars, and it's great to see success, because, you know, we all get to see these tough times that a lot of veterans go through, but it's good to see the success. Now, I know you've had to go through some hard work now, but it's just great to see this. And like I said, tomorrow I will be at Kohl's, and I will be getting some gear, and I'm going to be tagging you for sure.
Please.
Yeah. So I'm over here looking on the other side to make sure that there is Kohl's, and you're carrying it in my store here over in Woodbridge, which is over by Donnell. So I might have to go and say hi to Donnell while I'm there too.
Yes.
So
I just spoke with him today.
Yeah.
And I want to volunteer ourselves too. If you need somebody else to sleep for 2 months and help you do any kind of labor, I volunteer Marty Martinez. He is a great laborer. But if you need somebody to come up with those like little snapshots with those nice shirts, I've got some amazing ones I'd love to run by you at another time.
Always down for it.
Oh man, this is some amazing stuff that you guys are doing. Now, what about your so the United collection?
Yeah.
Itself. So is that a package, or you go in by the hat separate, by the hoodies, everything separate? Is there any like a United? Is that like do you have a package deal at Kohl's, or they have anything like that? I'm already asking for my veteran discount. You hear that, right?
Yeah. You just gave me a really good idea. In Kohl's there isn't. I don't drive. And I can't dictate what they do and how they sell the product. But I think on our website, I think that's a good idea. We just upgraded the website, gave it a facelift. So I think doing some type of package deal with the hat, the shirt, and the hoodie, I think that'll be a good deal. I'll work on that tonight. Actually, that's how we make decisions. It's like, that's a good idea. Let's just do it.
Well, the good thing is you can talk to the boss. You just look in the mirror, right? Talk to the CEO.
Talking to him right now. But that's one of my, next to Cash, that's my next favorite design because it's taken all of the elements that we just discussed. The guys and I, we were talking like what we can do that'll attract people the most. We know we love hip hop music. If you look at any company, whether it be Under Armour, Nike, the Grunt Styles, everybody has an American flag shirt, and it's been done with everything. It's been done with bullets. It's been done with guns, fish, whatever. And one thing that I haven't seen is, one of the elements of hip hop is graffiti. And we love graffitis. Like, well, let's just do the flag and graffiti in some type of cool way. We need a slogan that really stands for what we stand for. And United was that buzzword. We didn't want to use Unity because that's already a different collection. So that's how that shirt came about. And we had to get the branding in there, because it's all about the branding. So that's I really like that design. It's one of my favorites. And the hat, the hat really came out good too. I'm excited about that.
So explain one of these phonetic, these alphabet. I call them alphabet because I can't pronounce the actual word for the design. Phonetic shirt, right?
Yeah.
Haze gray. What is that? What does that mean?
Haze gray, and I learned this when we came up with this. So haze gray is the official color for all of the ships in the Navy.
Wow.
And it is also a term that is given to sailors when they're at sea for more than 6 months. So when you see the shirt, you automatically know that it's a Navy shirt. If you've been in the Navy, you know what haze gray means. So it's a phonetic, it's a true phonetic statement.
Yeah. Unless you're JR, he's never spent any time on a boat. He was on the land and in the Navy.
Yeah,
right.
Shellback.
Yeah.
So who are these models?
Okay, man. So let's go down the line. Go scroll up. Let me see. Scroll up. Okay, that's Terry, and that's Chastity. I actually went to high school with Chastity.
Yeah,
and that is my buddy's. We go back to the left. That's one of my buddy's wives, and Air Power there. That's my wife. That's actually Cortez's son. And
what they're telling us is Marty was there in person, but he did not qualify to be a model for you.
No,
you sent me a text. You said, "Hey James, can you model some of my shirts?" I said, "Absolutely," but Marty didn't cut the fitting. So, I got it. I got you.
Everybody there is local. The models,
awesome. And I love it.
Kohl's. There's no Kohl's models here. And the guy, what's funny, you see the guy with the haze gray shirt.
Yeah.
That's my buddy Pat. We were in 7th group together. So he was so mad that I made him wear a Navy shirt. I was like, dude, just be a poser, man.
I tell you what, we're gonna tag him in a post and make sure we blow it up real big for the show.
Yeah.
I like just tell people you're a steal, man. It's all good.
Can I slip in there hashtag stolen valor?
Yes. Yeah, he would love that.
So what's this one?
That's a Coast Guard shirt, Semper Paratus. I couldn't think of anything cool for the Coast Guard, but I wanted to represent them. So Semper Paratus.
So I guess next year, after they re-up and they give you 100,000 orders next year, you're going to have to do a Space Force one. What are you going to come up with that? You know,
bro, that's tough. You know, actually, the truth be told is we are working on getting our licensing to be able to use trademark deals with the DoD. That's why when you see these shirts, they're very phonetic because we cannot use trademark slogans.
Yeah,
that's the truth of the matter.
Gotcha.
As to why they are like this, but you know, it came out good.
Yeah, no, I love them. There's the hat we were talking about. Obviously,
that's the hat I want right there.
Yeah, the hat is cool, man. So what's cool about this hat that's unlike any other hat, I'm gonna show you real quick, is the holes. So if you look at the holes, the ventilation holes in the hats, I brought this one out because it's white, it's easier to see. They're chevrons, so they're cut like rank.
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, so what we wanted to do was tell a story. Like, you know, the backbone of the military is the NCO brand, Corps. So we really wanted to represent that in the design of the hat. So we got this is trademark. So you won't find any other hat like this. And then on the inside,
I like that,
we have a secret pocket in here where you can keep your money and all kinds of cool stuff. We got the dead drop pocket, and then on the inside you got the parachute, the Buffalo coin, the Special Forces branch, and an E8 rank, which is telling our story. So, you know, we just try to put different components of and I just showed you this is R&D right here.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
This is the cash hat.
I was gonna ask about that. That's nice.
Yeah. So, yeah, this will be coming out soon, and you see on the inside, it's made in devised in San Antonio. So
yeah,
you know, we're
that is nice. I love the dead drop. You know, put your blood shit in there.
That's it, man. You're getting beat up, man. Somebody's trying to take you for your money. Just put your money in there and relax.
James, listen to James.
That's why you got a no-go at Ranger School. You forgot to check the hat during the dang search.
James. But so I want to talk about. So I want to do. Let's cut the commercial real quick. When we come back, I want to talk about something that is probably near and dear that you guys probably went through this summer as you did this campaign. So okay. Let's come right back.
Hey everyone, it's Ruben Ayala.
And I'm Chris McPhee.
Along with Rod Graham.
And Curtez Riggs. We are Triple Nickel.
Starting today, October 17, Triple Nickel will be in Kohl's 600 stores nationwide for a limited time only from October 17th to December 31st.
You can shop online or at your local Kohl's department store for the new Phonetic Collection by Triple Nikel.
Now this collection is a salute to the women and men of the armed forces. It includes 7 custom military-inspired graphic t-shirts, a custom hoodie design, and a snapback hat.
Hey, so today is the day where you can go to your local Kohl's department store or shop online and get the Phonetic Collection by Triple Nikel.
Please join us on this journey by posting your comments and sharing your photos of you wearing your new gear.
watching the Lounge with Legends TV show with your hosts, Marty Martinez and James A. Feltz.
All right, so if you're just joining us again, we've got Ruben Ayala of Triple Nikel. He's telling us the story of how this time last year, he was selling oranges and T-shirts on the streets, hard streets of San Antonio, and now he's selling in Kohl's. Ruben, my question is, as you did this, and you did Kilo Papa, and you had to bring in Chris off the streets and help with this project. How do you find balance between your other job, this job, you're newly married? How do you find balance in all of this?
It's tough. I don't think that I don't think we still have found balance. It's a work in progress. It's very similar to back when we were on active duty and we're deploying, except we're not going to another country. We're just going to work for a really long time. So, but the balance, what we're finding is you gotta socialize. So not socialize. That's a horrible word. You got to talk about your schedule with the family and let them know what's coming up. They want to feel like they're part of the planning process. They want to feel like they're part of your world, because the kids, they have their field trips, they have all of their school projects, they have their sports, and they want your time. Your colleagues want your time. People who want to tell your story, share your story, or whatever, they want your time too. So I don't have a good answer for you, man, but right now that's kind of what I'm figuring out is we got to share those plans with the family and make them involved in it.
I think that's it. I mean, this has been a problem for a long time. I mean, shoot, even Kiss sang a song about this. Beth, right? Beth, I hear you calling. Remember that?
Yeah.
I mean, how long have we been struggling with this? And you mentioned, hey, I'll give you the hat at Mick. And I said, I won't be at Mick because I have to find my own balance. That's my daughter's birthday. And I was like, I'm still going to Mick. I've already bought my VIP ticket. I'm going to go. And it was my daughter, 9, about to be 10 years old next weekend. And she's the one who said, Dad, how many of my birthdays have you been deployed for or had to be TDY for? And I said, pack your bags. We're going on a guilt trip. But at the same time, she's right. And those I couldn't do anything about. This one is self-inflicted. So it is about finding balance, communicating and saying, this one I can't miss. I have to go to this event. Daddy will make it up to you. Your husband will make it up to you. Or I tell the team, guys, I won't be able to make this one. The family needs me.
Yeah.
So there is that over communicating. And I think you said it right. It is about, communicating that. And it's much like project management, expectation management and appetite suppressants for ourselves, because even though you're a Green Beret and we're Army Rangers, you can't do it all. It does take a team. It takes the village.
Yeah.
Now, Ruben, you hit the nail on the head, though. I mean, I think your answer was spot on. It's about the communication piece. And I think that's where a lot of us struggle. If we, we've had just a couple situations where the communication isn't clear. So then the expectation isn't understood to going into it. And then the result turned out bad. So I think I think the answer was perfect. I think it's exactly right. I think we're kind of figuring things out. As long as we communicate and have good intentions, that's all we can control. So
yeah, no doubt, man. That's the best answer I got for you. I appreciate it, though.
And you knocked it out, man. You knocked that out of the park.
But I think and then even though you've got the family at bay, they're expecting, okay, hey, Ruben's going to be gone 12, 14-hour days. And then you got communication at work amongst your team, because now you've got to balance their work-life balance at home too. So it's this constant dang, I just got my team, my squad back at home ready. Yeah. Now I got to focus on my coworkers, my colleagues, and their stuff. James and I go through this a lot, you know, as we talk about it. And you've got a team of what are you up to? 6?
Yeah. So our team is our core team. The founders is 4 of us, and then we have Maury Haith and Ian Simpson, who these guys are pretty much. It's kind of like you and James and DJ. You guys are all like part of our team. We just whenever anybody needs help, they come in and pitch in. They may not be founders, but man, we're just all a huge team. And part of the balance, as me being the lead, everybody's looking to me, calling me, and I got to deal with the wives. I got to deal with the kids. Because everybody's like, they're either gonna hate me or they're gonna love me. Yeah, so, yeah, man, it's tough, man. The more, and it's not like the Army, man, because you can't push stuff off on S1,
right,
or blame the S4 because chow is late, or pay is not on time. I can't look to the buck stops here with everything.
Well, speaking of the buck, let me ask you a question then.
Yeah.
So how do you not get complacent? What's next for Triple Nickel? You are on this situation right now where you just conquered Kilo Papa, right? You conquered it, crushed it. So what's next? What's the big next thing? How do you stay not too long in the high, just long enough to enjoy the moment, but then keep pushing forward? What's next for you all?
That's a good question. I'm gonna tell you, like I told the guys, it's like, and I'm gonna use the analogy of music, because we love music. So if you look at us as a brand new artist who just put out an album, because I consider this an album. We have 9 different SKUs across the country. We just went platinum. There's no way around it. We just went platinum. And right now our duty is to go on tour and tell as many people about what we're doing as possible. But in the background, we got to keep in mind that we got a second album that we got to drop. I can't let all
got you
out of the bag, but that's the best way I can put it. Is we know that we are going to have our 15 minutes of fame because the collection that we have in Kohl's is going to go through December. What happens after December really depends on how well we do during this period. I'm not at liberty to say how we're graded as a company, but this is the best way I can put it. We have to work on that second album. And right now, marketing and getting the word out is the most important thing that we can do in order to keep that momentum going. Because right now,
I've got the answer for you, and I'll give it to you. But
okay, man.
As a founder, you gave me this. I had to take it off the wall, but it's signed by everybody there. I don't know if James got one of these.
I thought he said it was for me. You were just holding it, though. I thought that's what he told me.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna get you one.
No, I gave James his.
Okay.
But yeah, man, I think I'm definitely looking forward to everything you guys are doing, seeing what's next. I'm looking forward for us to do our next order with you all. We've got some hot stuff that I've already been talking to James about what we're going to be doing with the camouflage hoodie for the Lounge with Legends, and coming up hopefully soon, Lunch with Legends. And so definitely some stuff. And yeah, brother, you guys, I mean, I'm so proud of you guys, man,
I appreciate it.
Team, brother. I consider myself part of the team. Like
you
on
are.
the you
are part of the team. We have a core team, and you guys are part of that, and that nothing will change that. Nothing will change that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be hot. If right now, orders are coming down. So if I wind up in San Antonio, and you have another Kilo Papa next summer. I hope there's room for me and Chris at your house, even though I'll be living in San Antonio. But
if we are doing the same thing that we did this past summer, the next time around, then our AAR and all the lessons learned were not implemented.
Right.
We'll be releasing footage so you guys can see behind the scenes. Again, man, it goes back to the statement of we hold knowledge that is vital for some people, because if you have a product, people want to put their product out there, and what we did is no different than if you want to go to AFES or you want to go to Macy's, whatever the case may be. But we can't do the same thing again. No way. I would die.
Well, the thing I like is too, Ruben, is like we've always said with you all, you have more. It's more than just clothing. It's the story. It's the power of the message. It's everything that you're standing behind. So I'm just glad that I'm just humbled that we are in the same ecosystem as far as, some from the same ilk as far as back in the day. And I'm just honored that I know you, man. I'm ready to see what's next. I don't know if it's going to be Bravo Papa. That would be Belks or something like that. I don't know what's next after Coles. I don't know if you can top that, though.
I think we can.
Maybe Tarjay, or also no Tango Papa, would be good too.
Yeah, we could definitely top it, and I think, speaking on Coles, man, I'm gonna put it out there, and would hope to be able to be in all 1,200 of their stores. That would be
nice.
That would be amazing. To be a continued SKU in Coles right now would be a very big honor for us.
So that's how we get out there and support. We go out there and buy your stuff, get out there, go to Coles, buy the stuff off the shelf. That's how we support you all.
That's it, man. Just buy it out.
This last week when I was in Nashville, I had the opportunity to meet Tim Shure, and he's got a podcast called Building Winning Teams, and he just wrote a book. He worked at StoryBrand. I think he was like employee number 2 for a while at StoryBrand, hired directly by Donald Miller, and he wrote a book called the Secrets, and I'm looking over here to read it, The Secret Society of Success. Stop chasing the spotlight and learn to enjoy your work and life again. And as we're talking about this, I'm reflecting on his keynote while we were there at the conference. And he talked about, you've got the person who's in the spotlight. And then as we talked about last week on the show with Isar, the kingmaker. And how do you find to be in the middle, the person that people realize, people want to be like, not always the spotlight ranger, as we say, and always not behind the scenes, in the middle. And I think what you guys as a company at Triple Nikel, I think you guys are finding your stride as that perfect place in the middle, not these self-aggrandizing fools that are repping every single badge and thing that you earned in the military and all your clothing, but also not skulking off into the darkness. And I bring all that up because one of the things that Tim talks about is success is, and then he'll talk about what it is. And then he says, oh, but wait a minute, maybe success is, and then he talks about that. Success is kindness. Success is achievement. Success is X. Success is X. He talks about all these different things. So I bring all that up, one, because Tim is going to be on the show soon, but also because you've already answered freedom means a couple of times. So I want to ask you, coming off of Kilo Papa and about to really uncork this big one, because you're about a week and a half into this Coles thing, what is success for Triple Nikel and what is success for Ruben Ayala right now?
Very good questions, both of them. I will start with success for me personally, to give me time to figure out what success is for Triple Nikel. But so success for me is pretty easy. I always look at the end and work my way back, just how we do, and just backward plan.
Right.
Success is looking at my last day on earth, whenever that is, and not having a long list of regrets. So if I feel like I've lived a full life, to me, that's success. So I try to live every day with that in mind and how I make my decisions. Am I going to regret doing this when I'm 85? No, let's go. So I take the same approach with Triple Nickel. I don't know what the end state of Triple Nickel is. Do we get acquired by Nike one day? Do do we pass this down to our kids? Does this, I don't know. But it's the same mindset. Success for us is, can I sit down and have a conversation with James and with Marty 5 years from now, and we're still able to say that this was a good idea, that you guys haven't changed, and you were able to trendset, amplify, and inspire. If we're having a conversation and we won't have a conversation because we've become total douchebags, that is not success. So it's a very easy metric for me.
Yeah. Dude, I love it.
Yeah. You won't find that in an MBA class.
but it's a real question where you have to look at yourself and answer, who am I? What's my purpose?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, we've been on this ikigai kick for a while, but it's so real. It's so relevant to say, what am I good at? What can I make money at? What do I enjoy? What does the world need?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's simple questions, man.
And it just goes back to the basics, goes back to fellowship. If we, like you said it, man, if we can't sit around a little fire together and have some adult beverages and hang out and just talk, then we probably are not successful. So I'm just glad that, like I said, I'm humbled to know you, Ruben, and I'm excited for you all because I know how much passion and how much you've put into this, and it's well deserved. I'm excited to see where it's going to go because I know where it's going. It's going up, so it's going to be great.
I really appreciate the kind words, man.
Man, you guys are crushing it. I'm proud to be to have known you guys for so long, and kind of just watch us all grow up together, if you will.
Absolutely, man.
Pretty cool. James, you have anything else, brother?
No, just don't forget us little people when you get up there to the top, Ruben. Don't forget us.
I have not, and I never will.
I know you won't. I'm just giving you a hard time.
I'll send you a hat in the mail too, by the way.
I'm gonna go buy one. You don't have to send me any free. I'm going out to buy it. I'm going to Kohl's, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Kohl's.
My treat.
I'm gonna go to Kohl's and get mine. All right, I'm gonna put you in the green room real quick. James is gonna close this out real quick. So stand by. Oh, brother. I mean, isn't that amazing too? Even though you misspelled their name, he still came on the show.
Is it spelled wrong? Look up there. Is it spelled wrong?
But I gotta love our brothers.
All right now, isn't it? Thank you very much, Airbone.
Gotta love our brothers over there in with Triple Nickel and VGA and all these great people that we swim with. But
yeah, I'm just humbled to be, like I said, just in the same sentence. It's just it's amazing to see the growth in just that year. Well, it's less than a year, man. They've been working on that for a little bit. So a few months, 6 months, and this opportunity came in their lap, and they weren't. I know Ruben, he wasn't scared at all. He's not scared of anything, but they went ahead and crushed this. I'm excited for him. I'm going to go out tomorrow, Marty. Tag me on your post when you buy their hat. Are you going to buy the hat or the sweater? Which item are you buying? So I'll make sure I don't mimic you.
Well, I'm loving the Cash collection, brother. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, I'm sad that I won't be at Mick, but again, as we talked about balance, you gotta take care of the family, and so I made that choice. But all of our brothers and sisters that are going to be at the Military Influencer Conference. I'm jealous. I wish I was there, and know that we're there in spirit, connecting with you all, and looking forward to seeing all of these awesome social media posts that are going to come back. And then, but I think James or one of us will be with Warrior Rising in Salt Lake City on Veterans Day, out there mixing it up with Jason Van Camp and the team, right ahead of your spotlight moment for your TED Talk. So we'll be out there. So looking forward to it.
You know how to make a person nervous, but thank you.
You're gonna crush it just like you did there at EXP. So appreciate it, and thank you for your service, and thanks everybody for watching.
You've been watching the Lounge with Legend show, countering the narrative that veterans are all broken misfit toys. Veterans are the lifeblood of American freedom. Serving in harsh situations, coupled with their training, have forged them into some of the most resilient and capable leaders in the world. And that's where we come in, celebrating the success stories, taking you on a journey of transformation from military to business. We hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll be back soon. But find us on Facebook at Lounge with Legend or at JTF214. Till next time.